What's up, family? Federal prosecutors announced on Wednesday a Pennsylvania police chief accused of distributing cocaine, methamphetamine, and other narcotics faces 20 years in prison. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up right now. If convicted, 41-year-old Greensburg, Pennsylvania Police Chief Sean Denning also faces a $1 million fine. Denning faces 6 total counts of drug distribution-related charges, and prosecutors said the crimes occurred during a 16-month period from June 2021 to October 2022. Greensburg Mayor Robert Bell said Denning is no longer with the department. Now, Greensburg is a town of 15,000. They have 27 police officers. So you know how I go in these little small towns, fam? Because there's little oversight, they tend to get away with a lot more. And oftentimes, people live in fear in these little small towns. So, how did they catch him? Let me tell you how it went down, fam. The Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, investigators said they used a snitch, otherwise known as an informant. The informant cooperated because the informant has some pending drug charges, some pending federal drug charges that he was facing. So he cooperated to get his time knocked down. This dude is the worst of the worst. Let me tell you what he did, fam. It's important that you know. Check it out. This dude, from June 2021 to October 2022, investigators say that Denning served as a middleman who facilitated the informant's purchase of large quantities of drugs by connecting him with multiple suppliers from whom he vouched. The informant told Denning he knew he was a police officer, but heard he could help him find drugs. Denning had the informant message him on Wicker because it's how all the heavy hitters conduct business. It's encrypted, so virtually impossible to be intercepted over. In November 2021, Denning connected the informant with a cocaine dealer. The informant ultimately purchased a quarter ounce of cocaine for $450, which he sent the dealer via Venmo. The informant asked Denning who would take care of him. Denning responded, "I don't sell anything, man. I just know folks is all." Now check this out. At one point, the chief of police was so bold, he sent a menu of drugs of a dealer he knew offered. When a $500 shipment of Adderall never arrived from one of the dealers, Denning met with the informant in person at a cornhole tournament in October and gave him a set of cornhole bags to make up for the bad business. So let's get into the conspiracy, the good part. Prosecutors charged Denning with 5 counts of aiding and abetting the distribution of narcotics and a 6th count of conspiracy to possess with the intention to distribute narcotics. Now, although Denning never touched the drugs, the prosecutors are saying that his actions were so severe that they amounted to a conspiracy. According to the affidavit, Denning connected the informant to suppliers. He sent menus and product prices to the informant. He said he had connected other people to suppliers. He checked the status of at least one of the deliveries for the informant. He checked on quality of product after it was received. He sent money to suppliers. He provided cornhole bags to the informant as compensation for a deal that fell through. And finally, Denning was told multiple times by the informant that he intended to distribute the drugs he bought to other people. Sounds like a conspiracy to me. Lock him up. Yeah, fam. Now, here's the thing. The elephant in the room is the pettiness of it all. Well, we know a lot of cops are crooked. We know they sell drugs. We know they do drugs. But this dude he really amounts to a petty street hustler. This dude, I ain't heard nothing over $1,000. And he's a middleman on a deal for $450. Come on, man. This dude is a new kind of dummy. He's been with Greenberg since 2008. That's 15 years. This dude has really been going unchecked. They're only showing 1 year that he's been investigated, 1 year of crimes. So you know, he got a whole history of it. You know it's that. Not to mention the other 4 years that he did in New York before he came to Greensburg. So the timeline is he was in New York first, he became a Marine. When he left the Marines, he got back on the force. I guess he said he couldn't get a job, couldn't get something that he really liked or whatever. So you know what, let me just be a police officer so I can get to the money for real. I can get to this bag. Because you know, if you ever want to be a criminal, man, you want to be able to get away with crimes, become a police officer, man. That's the easiest thing to do, is just get into law enforcement. If you want to become a criminal and you want to be able to actually literally get away with murder, become a police officer. According to court documents, the chief of police was released on a $250,000 bail on Tuesday. Question, where do y'all think he got the money from? Yeah, me too. Fam, this guy's one of the worst. He got to go. And those other 27 officers that he was in charge of, they all should be investigated. Because I am willing to bet you $1 to a donut, a great number of them are also corrupt. This guy's one of the worst. On the day that he became police chief and took the oath to the people, check out what he said. I have the utmost respect for the title of chief of police. I have great expectations of myself. Shawnee, so do we. And we see you doing 20 years. Waking up and going to sleep with 3 hots and a cot. Say it with me, fam. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.